We've done a 2-day park program with the national park, so we've had the park rangers, and we've done the canal ride, and we've gone to the boots mill, and we've seen the immigrant, the working girls, and we're going to the quilt museum tomorrow, and we're doing a couple of the lectures, part of the quilt festival. So about 3/4 of them have actually come with the idea of seeing the quilt festival, and being quilters, this is a really nice tie-in for them.
And they're from all around?
They're from all around. Our farthest in this group is Colorado, Wisconsin, Texas, plus some New Englanders as well. So a little bit of locals, but Rhodes Scholars travel internationally and all over to do a program that interests them. So they come to learn and travel, be educated, and have a good time.
Excellent. Thank you.
You're welcome. Our original name, if you're familiar with it, was Elder Hostel. So it is still Elder Hostel, but the new brand name is actually Rhodes Scholar, which has a better ring to it. We are not hostile elders. We are wonderful travelers who like to come and get educated, so it fits a little bit better, I think.
How long has it been?
Yeah, it's totally different than mine. Mine looks more like a heavy silk.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it has embroidery, white embroidery on it.
And it's pineapple cloth? All the pineapple cloth I've seen
It's been
is
sheer.
sheer.
Yeah,
We have
mine's not
another
sheer.
one that's, somebody took the skirt apart. It's from the 1890s. And I was like, oh, I had the conservator look at it, and she's like, it's not
Yeah,
worth
mine's from the
reconstructing.
50s.
But it has a shawl that's in perfect condition. So I think I will put that out as an example.
Although I don't know where her sister is. Well, maybe I do. Her sister is in Wethersfield, Connecticut. This is very typical. This letter is dated 1847. At that time, you did not use actually envelopes. You folded up your letter, and the seal is an indication that you paid whatever the postage fee would be, and it would be, very small, etc., and it would be sent on to you, and then you just unfolded the letter, and there it was. So Mary's writing to her sister. She's in Lowell. It's December 6, 1847. I now sit down to write you a few lines to let you know that I am well and hope you are the same. You must excuse me for not writing to you before this, but I've been so busy I have not had time. I arrived here safely and have gone to work in the spinning room. I like it very much indeed, but it requires some patience to learn when you first begin. I almost gave up in despair the first day it made my fingers so sore. I don't know if you've thought about it. I know you've been touring around Lowell. One thing that people may not realize when you work in the mills is the noise.
No, we know.
Okay. Because a lot of people don't realize that. And if you've been to the boot mills where they have some working, think of an entire floor the size of this building with that kind of noise. Now what you may not also know is that in those days, mill windows were pretty much nailed shut, summer and winter. This was partly because if you're working with cotton, you have cotton dust, so you want to keep things as humid as possible. So, winter or summer, there's no air circulation, there's no air conditioning, there's no fans. You're wearing a long sleeve shirt, a long sleeve dress probably, a long skirt. I would have lasted, with the noise, I would have lasted 10 seconds as a mill girl. Absolutely 10 seconds as a mill girl. The conditions were severe. And, these women worked in these mills for 2, 3, 4, maybe longer years. Some of them came for a certain period of time and then went back home. Others stayed for as long as they could. So anyway, Mary goes on to talk about she wanted to be back in Hartford. Her sister is living in Wethersfield, which is close by to Hartford. But now I feel quite different as cousin Laura is here with me. We do not work in the same mill together, as she did not like spinning. She chose rather to work in the weave room. She apparently went to work in the weave room at the Massachusetts cotton mills. Mary is working in the Prescott Manufacturing Company. And Mary goes on to describe the day, sort of. She says, perhaps you would like to know what time we go to the mill in the morning. The first bell rings for them to get up to get breakfast at 5 o'clock. And at 6, the second bell rings for the girls to get up. This is your absolutely last chance to work on time. And at 6:30, the third bell rings for the girls to go to the mill. So you're starting work at 6:30 in the morning. 12:30, we come to dinner, which is what we would call lunch now, and go in at 1 and stay till 7 o'clock at night. And by the time we get through tea, it is 8 o'clock, and so the evenings are very short because there is a curfew at 10 o'clock. Saturdays we get out at 4 in the afternoon.